Hey everyone, hope you're having a good week. Today I'm going to show you how to make the royal icing that you need for your gingerbread houses. This is going to be the cement that holds your house together. So we're going to start off by making that. You need your wire whisk attachments in your mixers, and I've put the wire whisks attachments with each mixer, so please don't move them around the classroom because different whisks go with different mixers. They just slide on just like the paddle attachments do. And then you're going to separate your yolks from your whites. If you're not comfortable doing this, you're going to get really comfortable doing it, or you're going to find somebody in your group who's a master at it. So to separate the yolks from the whites, you just want to give it a good crack here. Oh boy. And we're going to use the little shell here to hold it. And then we're going to discard the yolk. And you just need 2 egg whites. And if you just pass them back and forth, that will help to separate that white. Ideally, you want no yolks in it because that will help. That will be trickier for the egg whites to form into the right texture, I guess is the word I'm looking for. So we're going to put the egg whites in here, and we're going to turn this on high. And we're going to go through 3 different phases of egg whites foaming here. And the first phase that we're going to get to is what we call the foamy stage, and it looks like just a bathtub, a foamy bathtub, like if you had bubbles in your bathtub. And so you can just go ahead and let it go all the way on high. Okay, so now we're to the foamy bathtub stage here, and just the bubbles are all white. It looks like you have bubble bath going on. So now we're going to take it to our second stage, which is what we call ocean waves. So again, you're going to turn it on high and let it go for a minute or 2. All right, so now we're at our second stage, which is what we call ocean waves. So if you take the wire whisk in here, you can see that the whites fall over, kind of like an ocean wave. So that's your second stage. We need to get it all the way to the third stage, which is called stiff peaks. So we're gonna go ahead and turn it back on and let it go to the stiff peak stage. Okay, before we go to the stiff peak stage, we're going to add a cream of tartar to it, and you just need a 1/4 teaspoon of the cream of tartar. And the cream of tartar just helps to stabilize the egg whites and make them stiffen up and hold their shape. Okay, now we've hit the stiff peak stage. So when you pull the egg whites up, the mountain peaks stay there, and you can see the mountain peak on the top of the whisk here. And you can also take the bowl and turn it upside down, and the egg whites are not going to fall out. So you know you've reached that full stiff peak stage, and you're ready to add your next ingredients, which is going to be your powdered sugar here. So for our powdered sugar, we need 2½ cups of the powdered sugar. You do not have to sift the powdered sugar for the frosting process. You will have to sift the powdered sugar for your fondant here that I'm going to show you in just a minute. Okay. All right, and now we're just going to go ahead and turn this on to kind of a medium-high and let the egg whites absorb the powdered sugar. And it's going to get very glossy and shiny. I'm going to go ahead and stop it and take your spatula and push down the rest of our mixture here. All right, the royal icing, when it's finished, should have a nice shiny look to it. It should also be very stiff. You can see when I pick it up with the whisk, it's not running off of the whisk. If your royal icing is runny at any point in time, you are going to want to add more powdered sugar to make it the desired consistency of making it stiff. You can make it too stiff and then it's really hard to use, but this kind of medium stiff consistency right here is going to dry rock hard. They call it toothbreaker icing because it will dry rock hard and it will keep your house together. This type of icing is the type of icing that you see on the gingerbread houses around the room, and that is why that's why they stay so long, is because they're held together by this icing. So this is your icing that you're going to use. I only want you to make one batch of this in your group for your entire kitchen because it doesn't hold well. You need to use it all up in one day. So share it between your group members. You can always make more, but you need to use it all up in one day, or we save it and use it for the next class period because it dries out and it's not usable. Once it dries, it's done.